What is happening, guys? Leroy Rollins come back at you with another video. In this video, I'm going to take you guys through my back workout that I did just like half an hour ago. I just got home from work, which means I just got home from the gym, which means I'm getting my post-workout protein in me, which is a delicious post-workout treat, actually. It's oatmeal with, instead of just putting like basic water or milk or anything like that, you put protein powder in it. Well, protein shake to be a little more clear. So what I do is I take a scoop and a half of Blue Star Whey protein, iso smooth, put that in a shaker with a little bit of creatine and glutamine, add some water, shake it up, pour that in a bowl with the oatmeal in it. Right now I'm having 2/3 cup of oatmeal post-workout. In the off season, when I'm trying to put on some weight, I will opt for more of a cup and a half to get a little bit more carbs in. But for right now, since we're keeping things in check for the competition, just 2/3 cup of oats. Pour that in there, mix it up a little bit, and throw it in the microwave for like 2 minutes, and it's really, really good. It tastes phenomenal. But enough of that, let's get into the workout. So, we're under 3 weeks now, guys. Today is Tuesday the 17th of October. Tomorrow will be exactly 2 weeks out till I leave, and then 2.5 weeks out till show day. So it's coming in hot. The workouts have been less than stellar, I guess you could say. I'm getting it, and I'm not really seeing a whole lot of drop in strength, but just energy levels going into the training, guys. It's just not there really all that much. I take my pre-workout still, but it doesn't do a whole lot after about 10 or 15 minutes. I just don't have a lot of fuel in my system, and that's kind of the name of the game. We try to strategically place carbs around my workout, where I'll have one meal with some rice about an hour or so before, and then sometimes before leg day, you've probably seen on Instagram and stuff, we get the muffin pump. But even still, I'm on like 1,800 calories, so it's just not a lot of fuel, but we are getting it done, and we're gonna get it done for the next 2.5 weeks, and then kill it on stage. So let's get into the workout. We started with 3 sets of pull-ups, weighted, supersetted with dumbbell pullovers. So for the weighted pull-ups, I did sets of 12 with a 15-pound dumbbell between my legs. And then for the pullovers, I had a 60-pound dumbbell for sets of 15. I like to do my pull-ups all kinds of different ways, guys, but I've been opting to do an overhand grip, and I now decided to add some weight in there just because I didn't want to do a whole bunch of sets. I was thinking that I could do a little bit more weight and lower the sets and reps just a little bit, just to save myself a little bit of time and get a little extra volume in the form of more weight. So then we went into wide grip pull downs on the cable, and I supersetted that with TRX back flies. So for the pull downs, it's not ideal because I don't have a thing to support my legs in, so it kind of throws you off a little bit, because when for me, because I'm so light now, I'm like a $155, it lifts me off when I'm like releasing my arms to let the cable go down. So it's not ideal, but it works. I still try to get a good contraction and feel it in my back, and I'm pumped up right now, so obviously I was doing all right. The TRX back fly is a really cool back fly, like back rear delt, holy if I could talk, back rear delt exercise. Instead of using like dumbbells or cables, you use your own body weight as resistance, so you can move a little bit of weight around, and then of course the closer you go to the floor, the harder it is, the more weight you have to pull. I was opting to stay a little bit taller, go for sets of 15, I believe, and focus on getting a good contraction in my rear delts. So for the pull down and back fly, it was 3 sets if I remember correctly. I just want to note that you may see random children wandering around in the background of this video. That is because, as you can see, I am at Right Fit where I work, and at the time, there was a mom and baby class that was about to take place. Luckily, I got out of there just as it was starting, but people were filing in midway through the workout, so you might see some random faces popping around, but let's focus on the training. When doing these back flies, guys, make sure you've got a little bit of bend in your elbow. You don't want to fully lock your arms out, and you want to think about spreading your arms as wide as you can, but still maintaining that bend in your elbow throughout the whole range of motion. So you don't want any movement in your elbow. You don't want to extend out or anything like that and use your triceps at all. You want to keep all that focus on your rear delts. And then on the pull downs, as with most back exercises I do, you'll notice I'm taking kind of a thumbless grip, I guess you could call it, and trying to minimize as much forearm and bicep as I can. Of course, there are times when you want to hit your forearms and your biceps, but for right now, since we're focusing on back, we want to minimize as much forearm and bicep and keep the focus on the back as much as possible. When I'm doing my wide pull downs, I try to think about swooping my elbows out to the side, getting a good contraction at the bottom, and then trying to control and release the weight on the way down. So after that, we went into neutral cable rows, which you're going to see here in a second. Any minute now. Any minute now. There I am. So I've got like a little stool to support my feet. Again, it's not the cable machine you would have at like a more mainstream gym where you've got the foot pedals and you've got everything set up perfectly, but you know what? I still make it work and I still get it done. So I've got a footrest there and then a bench kind of shimmied up against it, and then as with the other exercises, keeping that thumbless grip, driving those elbows back, getting a good squeeze through my back. And then I supersetted those with prone YTWs, prone meaning, like on your chest. Keeping my arms elevated off the floor. This exercise looks easy, but it's deceivingly hard and it's very, very painful. But a good pain. Focusing on that shoulder range of motion, getting all those little upper back muscles fired up that often get ignored when doing bigger back movements. So I go for a little bit higher reps. Since there's no real weight, I'll do sets of 12. On the cable row, I think I did my first set 12, and then I opted to up the weight a little bit, I believe, for a set of 10. 3 sets total of that superset. I can't remember what was on the weight, but it doesn't really matter because all cables are different based on how many pulleys there are and different angles of pull and stuff like that. So I don't really focus on how much weight I'm doing. I try to just fall in that good rep range. Of course, I have my notepad with notes of what I did last time, so I know kind of where I need to fall. But if I can do 90 pounds on one cable but only 60 pounds on the other, I'm not brokenhearted over it because I know that different cables have different tensions and different feelings. With dumbbells and barbells though, because those weights are pretty standard, you can get away with doing the same thing and changing it up as you go. But with the cables, sometimes you gotta just go with the flow. After this, I went into just a bent over barbell row. I wanted to get a little bit of weight on there and just get a little extra volume for my back. So first set I started with 135. Now usually I would throw some straps on just because I don't want my grip to fail before my back, but I didn't have straps on this day, so I just did a thumbless grip and focused on driving those elbows back, getting a good contraction through my back, and then minimizing as much leg movement as possible, trying to keep things steady and getting that good squeeze, as I said. So I did one set with 135 and then 2 more sets with 155, I believe, and I think those 2 were sets of 8. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was today's back workout. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.